Speaking of parody, Highlander the Source.
Mike, why'd you make us watch this movie?
My bad, guys.
This movie
It's not
sucks.
Mike's fault. This is the why we watched Highlander the Source.
Yeah.
Around Highlander 2 or the Highlander 3 review, I was sad that that the series was going to end. More specifically, I was sad to see Mike go.
Oh,
And I was like, what do we need to do to keep Mike around for one more episode? And the answer was Highlander the Source. So it's my fault. I take the blame on this one.
it was really funny to think about how my enthusiasm for Highlander just took a nosedive because I was watching this movie the other day, and this one, as is per usual for the Highlander series, begins with a little soliloquy about the Highlanders, right? But this one is it's just like, one, there are Highlanders. Two, they can't die. Three, they can't have kids. Let's move on. It's just like it was done with like no
It's a
passion.
PowerPoint slide.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
PowerPoint
was.
slide.
All right. Why is every Highlander production troubled? Like
Yeah.
it's like how can not one of them run competently? Like, and this is just clearly, I don't think this was ever meant to be theatrical, but like it ended up on a Sci-Fi Channel. It premiered there. And it has some of the earmarks of like early 2000 Sci-Fi Channel movies because I used to watch a lot of like the Bruce Campbell stuff.
Mhm.
And at least that had Bruce Campbell in it and he kind of knew what he was in for. And this
Right.
doesn't have that luxury. And then also, this was as much as it's kind of weird to say this, but like it was directed by Brett Leonard, who directed The Lawnmower Man and Virtuosity and Hideaway. And this is a real fall from grace if that is like a place to where you were at the top once, because
Yeah.
Lawnmower Man was sort of cutting edge, like for its time, like in terms of special effects and like Virtuosity, Denzel Washington. It's a Denzel Washington vehicle. Like
Sure.
it might not be a good one, but it still was. And this is just I'm just perplexed more than anything. It looks like Mortal Kombat Annihilation to me
Yeah.
a lot, like where it's special effects that look cheaply done or just rushed or unfinished.
Yeah.
This kind of breaks the streak of it. Bruce Payne was just kind of an okay villain, but like this really breaks the streak of like interesting, fun villains, because what we have here is just sort of like this albino Ninja Turtle,
Yeah.
and he is like during a quickening, he's just like the quickening, and I'm like,
That made me laugh out loud.
That made me perk up a little bit. I was like, woo, woo,
that
excitement.
might have been the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, wow.
Yeah. I don't, Mike, anything positive on this? Because we actually don't want to spend this whole episode just shitting on this movie. We have something else planned. So, but anything like positive on this one or anything you did enjoy?
That me?
Yeah, you, Mike.
Yeah, you're on the spot.
You're on this one.
You're the source.
No, if I'm being honest, not really. It's a Highlander movie that didn't feel. Did any of it feel like a Highlander?
Not to me.
Except that they kept running around saying there will be only one, and there was a quickening, and they talked
Right.
more about ancient legends and the source, which I'm discovering with the Highlander stuff. They never want to show me what something is. It's just like this one's a source, and there's
Right.
a source. But the problem is that there might not be a source, and a lot of people don't believe there's a source. And oops, the movie's over.
I thought like I had to have missed when they explained what the source was.
Yeah,
Until like later in the movie when I can't remember who says it. Somebody out loud says we don't know what the source is. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not missing it.
well, then there's that trailer at the end of the movie where they say the narrator comes on again and says many folks don't think that the source exists. Other people do think it exists. I'm like, wait, where are we at in the narrative here? Like, what's going on?
And when they have the whole scene where they fight cannibals, that just that felt like this movie feels like when Marvel Comics would like take over a series and be like, oh my god, we need to stretch this out.
Yeah, it's like the scene in The Matrix where like the woman who looks like Roxette goes, not like this, and then gets unplugged. Like I
Switch.
wanted like one more video with Mike, but it's like not like this.
All right, so let's talk then, because instead of talking about how bad Highlander the Source is, Adam.
Really, yeah. So I brought up Rotten Tomatoes worst movies of all time, and I want to say, like, is this worse than Highlander the Source?
Yeah, we're gonna play better than worse then.
Ooh, all right.
All right. The
Rapid
first
fire.
one is Mac and Me.
Worse.
Yeah, worse.
I think it's worse than
Mac and Me has puppets.
Okay, Rob's favorite, Blood Rain.
I actually watched Blood Rain again. Not that long ago. I'm gonna go Blood Rain.
I'm gonna go
like
Blood
Blood
Rain
Rain
too, because Blood Rain was at least that like what kind of movie where you're all right. So Blood Rain is like what? Highlander 5 is what?
Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Adam, you and I just watched this. Speed 2 Cruise Control is better.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's got to be better.
It's horrible, but like, yeah, at least there's a couple scenes that are diverting, and Willem Dafoe's in it. So
Yeah,
right.
The Adventures of Pluto Nash, also an archive reserved seating review.
Again, that one is interestingly bad, I think. Or well, I shouldn't say that. It's more interestingly bad than this movie.
Sure, I'll go Pluto Nash is better.
I would rather rewatch Highlander the Source than Pluto Nash.
Okay. I just put it this way, like I'm really just thinking, did the movie evoke any emotion in me at all? Was there any kind of like reaction? Because this one did not. So good.
Right.
Okay, Highlander the Source or the Mod Squad?
I remember loving them. Wow, I haven't thought about that movie in forever. That was one of my first, like, I'm a teenager, I'm going to see a movie with my friends movies. Because that was what year was that? 2099. 99, yeah. That was an early, like walking to the theater by myself with my buds. Like, there was a girl in the group, and like we weren't friends that way, but maybe they will like each other. Yeah, it never happened. But I remember thinking it was very cool to go see the Mod Squad. Who was that? That's Claire Danes, right?
Omar Epps and Giovanni Ribisi.
Omar Epps and Giovanni Ribisi. Remember when Giovanni Ribisi was like the shit?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever thought he was the shit. I thought he kind of was shit a little bit more than.
All right, I'm going Mod Squad. I'm going Mod Squad.
Yeah, Mod Squad for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely rather rewatch Mod Squad, but I share your enthusiasm from '99 about it. Like, I remember being just completely floored that it didn't get 4 stars and make like $100 million. I was like, this is clearly like the next The Fugitive. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, this is one I just watched this weekend. Okay, Highlander the Source or Steven Seagal's Half Past Dead.
Oh, I've not seen Half Past Dead.
I've seen it. Half Past Dead.
I would go Deuces Wild or Highlander the Source over Half Past Dead.
Why?
It's incompetently shot. Like, you can't, not that Highlander the Source is like, the bastion of action choreography.
Yeah.
Like, Half Past Dead is even worse.
I don't know. I feel like anybody charismatic on screen is better than these mashed potatoes we got in this movie.
Yeah, but you had Ja Rule basically as like co-lead.
Yeah.
At least we were spared that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Okay, Highlander the Source or Fear.com.
Fear.com.
Yeah, I would go Fear.com.
Can you just buy Fear.com?
Yeah, and I think I gave it to Patrick. I at least loaned it to Patrick. I'm not sure if he ever gave it back.
Patrick.
I put it in a Happy Meal box and gave it to him.
I definitely saw Fear.com in a theater. I remember nothing about it. I'll go Fear.com.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill had surprising depth to it. I remember when we watched that. I remember thinking there was some stuff in Jack and Jill that I liked.
Oh yeah, we kind of like that one.
Yeah, we kind of like that one, I think.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, Jack and Jill.
Okay, Battlefield Earth.
Again, I'm gonna go with interesting every time. So Battlefield Earth.
I'm gonna go Battlefield Earth. As bad as it is, I have fond memories of.
I'm gonna go Highlander the Source because it hurts my feelings watching Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, that one's a problem for you, isn't it? Yeah.
Highlander the Source or Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I will go Mortal Kombat.
I've never seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
You should, and here's why.
I want to.
It is not good. I've seen it 1,000 times because I was a Mortal Kombat, so much of a Mortal Kombat kid. That movie came out and that game was out right in that. I was just the right age for Mortal Kombat, and I remember it was a lot like the Phantom Menace, where it was one of those movies where it was one of the first movies I was like, I know this isn't good. I know why am I like this is not why I'm trying to make myself like this. I know, but I'm like, yeah, but like it's part of the universe and like, blah 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 blah. But like, yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's at least weird.
So
now we're getting into a run that hurts my feelings a little bit. Look Who's Talking Now.
oh, Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, I would choose that because it's got the insane music video at the end, in the end credits, where it's like a French baby singing like Joyeux Noel, like it's Christmas. All right, now Staying Alive, which I just watched after putting off forever because Saturday Night Fever is one of my favorite movies, and this is the sequel to it. I will go Highlander the Source over Staying Alive.
Yeah, I'll support you in that one just because I don't want to have to think about watching that.
So I haven't watched it for that very reason, Adam. Saturday Night Fever is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
However, Christy, my wife, grew up with Staying Alive.
Oh wow.
She loves it. So we do own it. And we've been married a long time, and we've talked about having a Staying Alive night one night, but it hasn't happened yet.
Jaws the Revenge. That's easy. That's Jaws the Revenge.
That's Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, move on.
What the hell?
I have a little Jaws the Revenge story.
Ooh,
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually any good, but I remember going to see that when did that come out, Adam?
1987.
87. So I was 9 years old, and my parents took me to go see it. They would take me. I have a laundry list of inappropriate movies they took me to when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. But I'm the youngest of 7, and by the time they had me, they just gave up. So they took me to everything. But my dad is blind. He's totally blind. And I remember we got to the movie like as it started, and my mom sat us down, and then my mom left to go get popcorn and stuff. So then pretty quickly the shark kills Michael, right?
Yeah, he kills one of the sons. Yep.
Yeah, kills one of the sons. And I just remember being like a 9-year-old boy trying to explain to my blind father like why this man is screaming on the screen while my mom is getting popcorn. That's like, again, probably not a great story, but that like memory is ingrained in my head, like me very like trying to quietly like explain to my dad.
Can I give you my Jaws the Revenge story about the opening scene? So I really wanted to see Jaws the Revenge in theaters, but I was like 5 and like they wouldn't take me. So when it showed up on cable the following summer, I would always like sneak off if I knew it was going to be on, and I'd watch like a few minutes of it, but I'd have like my hand on the thing to change the channel real quick if it got too scary. So I watched the first scene where Michael got killed, and then I ran upstairs in tears and I told my parents what was happening in the movie.
Oh. So we both told our parents what was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
My family just lied to me that Jaws 4 never existed. That was basically we were a huge Jaws family, so we just sort of for a long time I didn't even know Jaws 3 existed.
So hopefully you enjoyed that game because we just had nothing to say about Highlander the Source, everyone.
All right, so Mike, do you have a ranking?
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and I think it's not fun, but I would probably go in order.
Yeah.
I think 1, 2, 3 on the way down, and I would probably rewatch. I don't know that you can get me to rewatch this one if it's not.
No,
I either like have to completely forget about it, or
I struggled to watch it once. We're
at least 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 1, 2, 3 for sure. I'd rewatch anytime. So
I'm gonna go 2, 1, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna go 2, 3, 1, doing like a cinnamon challenge, then 4, 5.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike, for joining us for this series.
Thank you, guys.
Back for other ones, obviously.
Please. This was so much fun. Thank you, guys.
Remember that there can only be one.
Until next time, go to McDonald's because they got Mario Happy Meal toys.
Oh, that's fun.
This doesn't work if I'm in a different window.